My name is Beddo, and I'm a Toronto-based illustrator, graphic designer, and comic book artist. I've been creating art basically nearly my whole life, since I was a very young child. They always say that all children are artists because the first thing you do before you can even write letters or write sentences is you can draw. I'm just one of those kids who stuck with it all through childhood, and even as I was growing up, I always stuck with artwork. So I've been doing art a very long time, since I was really young. Luckily enough, I had a family who always encouraged me with it, and I stuck with it up till now. My art, I think, is inspired really by my background. Any of my experiences growing up, things I've experienced through my childhood, movies I've seen, music that I've loved throughout my life. A lot of my artwork is inspired by that. I was a big comic book collector as a child, and even now you'll see that a lot of my art is comic book inspired or comic book based as well. My journey, as I mentioned, started very young, and I've stuck with it. I've done a lot of freelance work, which is just basically doing work for different clients, different companies. I've worked in the graphic design industry for many years, doing different jobs, working on magazines, being an art director. And I do a lot of personal work. Like I'm also a writer. I have my own comic book called Udeja, and I'm working on a couple other comic book projects as well. So my journey has taken me to many different projects as an artist. You always feel good when you reach milestones, or you land a big job or land a big show, things like this. It always feels good to reach a new plateau or a new milestone in your career. Obviously, yeah, it feels great. Years ago, I only used to go to conventions in my own city. Eventually, that led to me traveling throughout the country. I've been through conventions in Montreal, Ottawa, and eventually I got to conventions in the United States as well. A moment that changed my perspective. There's always been a lot of assistance I've gotten as far as, family members or members of the community, members of the artistic community, just giving me that, that nudge or that push to keep creating, keep going ahead. I was a part of a great program just after high school, coming out of high school. It was called Fresh Arts in Toronto. It was a arts program that covered all different genres, as in visual and fine arts, which I was a part of. They also had music, drama, all the arts were encompassed. And we got to work with some great mentors from the artistic community in Toronto, who just gave us that professional outlook and that experience from their side on how to achieve our career in art. So going through that Fresh Arts program was really a great experience and gave me that push forward. I come from a Caribbean background, and that definitely influences my artwork. I was also raised in Toronto, so I have that background as well. Little things growing up influence me, my environment, of course, and definitely my family always influences me in the artwork that I produce. Lesser known aspect of art. I would say just the work and the detail that goes into it behind the scenes. There's so many different kinds of art and different avenues you can go down. I think I've become more of a multidisciplinary artist, as in I use traditional tools, pencil, paint, paper, like old school ways, but I've also learned to incorporate things such as, tablets, laptops, computer programs, and the incorporation of the two, digital art and traditional art. I think the combination of that is one of those hidden aspects that could really push your artwork forward. It might not even be as hidden anymore because a lot of people try to incorporate the two, but that's definitely one that I think is important. In the next decade, I would hope that artwork stays with traditional artists like myself. Everyone is big into the AI boom right now. I mean, AI is great for certain things, but if it's taking jobs away from traditional artists, then I don't think that's a good thing. So hopefully traditional art will still be elevated to the top of the field. And if there's any way that AI art is used, it's by traditional artists, and we find a way to get our artwork out there first, or to use AI maybe as a reference point for our own artwork. Hopefully you'll just be able to check out my artwork. All my stuff is available on my website, BeddoArt.com, or my social media @BeddoArt. Anyone can check it out, and yeah, let me know what you think.